In the previous modules, you learned how to create access databases and queries. And while tables and queries are in principle enough to help users use the database, we can make the database more user-friendly by adding reports, forms, and menus. Reports allow you to better format the output of a query and to present it in a more user-friendly way, while forms allow users to add, edit, or delete data in the access database. Menus are a special type of form that gives users shortcuts to the other reports and forms in the database. And in this mini case, we're going to create a number of reports, including reports in different layouts, as well as forms and a menu. You need to start by downloading two files, Northwind logo and MC7. We're going to add the logo to some of our reports, and MC7 is obviously the database. The first thing we're going to do is rename that database. So MC7 and then the initials, HR in my case, likely to be different in your case. Then we open the database and we're going to enable content so we can make changes to this report, to this database. The first report we're going to create is a tabular report that displays all the information about customers except for job title. And the way we're going to do that is activate the create ribbon and then go to the report wizard. That brings up a new window. Now, by default, this is pointing to customer, which is good and which is what we want. But as you see, if you click on this little down arrow, we could have made the report point to a different table. Since we want all of the fields from customer other than job title, the easiest way to do this is to first copy all of the available fields into the selected fields by using this double larger than sign. And then we take job title and we remove it. So now we have all of the fields that we want in our report. Click next. And this gives us the option to add any grouping. Since we don't want to do that for this report, we can simply click next. And that allows us to order the rows in the report, and let's order it by customer ID. Click next again. We want the tabular, so that's good, but we'd like landscape for the layout, so we select landscape here and then do next. And now we can change the name of the report, so we're going to change it to customer information 2017. And now we can finish, and we get the report, initial view of the report. We'll close the print preview, and that gives us the design view on the report. And now we're going to tidy it up a little bit, make it look a little better. The first thing we're going to do is add the logo. So we increase the size of the report header, click in the report header, and then we do insert image, and we go to the desktop and we insert the Northwind logo. So click, and now we can insert it. Let's get rid of this so we have a little bit more space, right? What we'll do now is we'll move this to the top, take the customer information, the title, and move that below it. So let's tidy it up a little more. Okay, so that it looks a little better. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to make sure that the logo is really in the file. So double click on it and you see the property sheet come up here. Now change this, the picture type from shared to embedded. If you don't do that, then there's a reasonable chance that if you open this file, this database on a different computer, you won't get to see the logo. So we really need to change that to embedded. Okay, and now what we can do is we can view the report. So we just go to the report view. And now you see we have a bit of a problem in that some of the fields are simply too wide. So what we can do now is we go back to the layout view. We go back to the design view rather. Oops. And that allows us, as you see, we can change things a little bit. So we can make this a little smaller. We'll make this smaller. This we need to fix because I've moved that the wrong way. You can see it can become a little fiddly. Right, and we can move company along, move this along as well. All right, and if we now go back to the report view, it looks a little different. It's still not great, but play around with this until you get the report that you get the layout that you are satisfied with.